insane institution for the insane veterans and so forth. So, and he, so anyway, make a long story, Khalil, myself, and Lukman Sharif, and not Hassan Hamid, and so I was brother. He said, brother, so we all worked, quit with the job I was doing at that time, and went out to Kings Park, working in that same institution. We would come on Juma, we leave, we work from coming to station for Juma service, take the Long Island Railroad, go back there and work all week there. This is I think my first fasting. And that came my first fasting was it's a hot summer. It was in the summertime. And we went through orientation to the directors of the people in authority of the church. Look, you're not here to change these people's minds. We work in the rest. We serve them food in a large cafeteria and some other areas when people, those who they're mental state are very bad. And some people, I never seen human being mentally disarranged, because some was kept in places that just by themselves because it's so dangerous and stuff. And you don't eat their own species, you know. We had to serve, so we had what you call Cuban kitchens in these places in Kingsborough, I think, Kings Park, New York, in Long Island. Had to take a Long Island Railroad to get there. But we used to work there all week long, come into Brooklyn to hear Sheikh to give the khutbah on such and such.
And this is why you were fasting?
Yeah, this is my first Ramadan.
Okay.
So that's like so it was, and we served food, and we would mark, it's along the dining hall, some down along this building. And man, I said, I got so, I said, Lord, let me make this. Not only was Ramadan and came down to break fast, now we still had the music thing. It came to a time when we had to break fast out there during the weekday. We come in the weekend, we come into Brooklyn, easy. We had to coordinate some kind of way, and somehow we got hooked up with a struggle to play at this jazz club and fast out in the Kings Park. Rafiq, the piano player, Rafiq, that's another story too.
You know, Aki, you have mentioned, and so did Sheikh Mustafa Abdullah, he mentioned this, and you've mentioned it as well. So many of you brothers were into music who are Muslim. Mm-hmm. You know, just for the people who are going to watch this and don't know much about the history, give me your take on why so many people were into music became Muslims.
When you play music, it's like a prayer. That's what it is. Because when you play, you're free. I felt free. I was somebody. And when you, all your psychological aches and pains, you can express yourself through your music. It's actually it's a form of prayer. And this is my personal feeling. And like I was passing my horn down there yesterday. You know what I mean? So I know when you play music, you let off a lot of emotion, and you feel very humble. When people give you applause, you psychologically in my mind, I said in my mind, I said thank you. I may say audibly, thank you very much. But I felt released. Like when I make salat now, that's a release. It says, prayer is a form of, how do you put it? I get the same feeling. أما أمس أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك على قدر وسوى. I find when I pray, my breathing. We know when you breathe, it's like a person who sing, whether in the operetta or Sylvan or whatever. When they say they're letting off a lot of emotion. Now, to that, that's why I said music to me is a form of prayer, but not. I can't. It says, okay. So the best of intoxicant is salat. You can get intoxicant from alcohol, reefer, whatever. You get intoxicated. You may get intoxicated from just playing your horn, and you get all wrapped up in it. You go on with all the negativity that comes with that, with the music business. That can flow on because how long can you play that music, the instrument itself, and then be affected even with the environment that it takes you in? So that's why a good example. A lot of the people, the brothers who I came to the musicians, they separate themselves from Abdul Latif and Rafa Adnan and all these. They separate themselves. Abdul Muhammad lately, they call it jazz messenger because they came to the Ahmadiyya movement. But they didn't. They laid in there. They said the jazz messengers. You know where that word messenger comes from, you know what I mean? Sahabas, you know. That's where they came from. But I had to keep the music at a distance, the rapture of it, to carry in the negativity of it, the environment it takes into it. It's anti-Islam. It's not clean. So I was very selective. I would be a good musician for all my efforts 24/7, factor 3 and 4 hours a day, and so I could do that in Islam. And got that, and from learning all these out being Islam, it's more beneficial to me make my 5 daily prayers and play a horn. So that's why when it's a talk. I'm fighting from a Muslim point of view, a musician point of view. Ahmed Malik, the bass player, Abdul Muhammad, the drummer, Isha Suleiman, and the other brother drummer that's passed down in New Orleans. He played for many years.
Idris Muhammad.
Idris Muhammad. And Idris Muhammad was the drummer for years ago, Fast Domino. Will you please? No, you know, Fast Domino. He was a drummer, there, young man at the time. But how he did it, he hung on to this Islam. He hung it. Also, the pianist now, he was what's his name? The tune that they made him brought him for. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la hawla wa la quwwata billahi al-azim. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. It's, what's his name? Oh.
Ahmed Jamal. Ahmed Jamal. Ahmed Jamal.
Yeah, Ahmed Jamal. It's a tug of war. Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. Getting back to Malcolm. I met Malcolm when we got that. I told you about the sister at the house. Naeem and I was going to purchase and such and such. Naeem, I don't know how he did it. Naeem got involved in Elijah Muhammad. Now this is after I had left Baltimore, came back to New York and got State Street. Now this Now I run into Dr. Muhammad per se as a Don. Naeem had, at that time, Temple Number 7, Elijah Muhammad was established in Harlem. They needed a venue to get to the people and such and such. They wanted to establish, that's what the Muhammad's newspaper, Muhammad Speak. Naeem had got, I don't know how you met Malcolm. He brought Malcolm over to where we living on I think it was 7th Street in Brooklyn. And Naeem had, I want to forget my line, not backbiting. And gave the last movement that he owned the building. Because when I would go to work, I forgot why I was working at that time. And I got home, my wife would tell me she was down there. And Naeem, they had getting in conflicts. And Naeem's wife would try to give the impression my wife was her servant. My wife wouldn't stand for that. There was a little conflict between the women. I got trying to settle this on, and I thought Naeem and I was on the same page because we came out of State Street. He saw I was done, but I assumed that because he had a college degree, I didn't. But somehow he got in journalism. And Malcolm came, such and such, and I remember Malcolm came that evening. That's when I first met Malcolm, and then from it. Anyway, make a long so for wife and never she, I don't know if she forgive me up to this day that I split from that scene, whatever it was. Naeem and such and such. Eventually, Naeem and I went apart. I think he has passed now. That's when he established the Muhammad Speakers at the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
That's what, because he was in journalism, and Malcolm, him and Malcolm got to such and such behind the scene. And
that's significant. This story is really important because I know this Naeem. I don't know him personally.
uh-huh.
But I remember his influence on the establishment of the newspaper Muhammad Speaks. He had a weekly column in the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, and he would lend some kind of like foreign credibility to the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. And it's a very important piece of information that you just provided to show how that happened.
That's how it happened. Now, subsequent years later, when he and I split, he went one way, I went one way, and I started working for I got out of the garment business. Periodically, I would play a little gig, play a little there. And started working at that time, in New York, the fire department, the police department, the board of education, Department of Correction, social services. They would give, not a cinema, every year, because you had to replace people who were retiring and dying and such and such. And they'll have a pool. If you pass the test, people from fire department, such and such. Anyway, I selected right down at Center Street, right at the base of Brooklyn Bridge, in that building. And I said to Department of Social Services. That's when I started working. I worked for the Department of Social for 27 years. That was my base. During the course of time, I worked at 16th Street in Urban Place there. That's the early 70s, because I remember when I started working there, I was able to negotiate with my supervisor and administrator of that locality to go for Juma on Friday at State Street. There was no 72nd Street, there was no I think there was 3 masjids that I knew, one in Powell Street from the Albanian Muslims, and one over somewhere else. But yeah, but it was propagating Islam. Sheikh Dawood was the one was putting out literature about Islam. Sheikh Dawood. Literature. Oh, let me lose my thought. What did I say? Oh, subhanallah.
So, Sheikh, I wanted to wrap this up and ask you just what since the time of State Street and the the off branches of the different groups of Muslims in New York, would you say that State Street actually was the foundation for the growth of Islam in New York City, that area?
Personally, I can say that. I can say that because when the Tabligh movement came from out of Pakistan, the brothers, I almost got their name from Pakistan. They're very good brothers, dedicated. He had a good repertoire with Sheikh Dawood. Because he's a Tabligh. We used to stay at the masjid at the Tabligh on the weekends. We bring our blankets and so forth, and we be from the brother from Pakistan would be there going Tabligh over the weekends to Philadelphia, Newark, New Jersey, and places like that. In fact, through Tabligh, I would not vacation time. Yeah, getting back to let me divert. Not go back a little bit. Urban place. I first went to work for the social services. I negotiated with the people there to have time for Juma on Friday. My negotiation with them was that I would, instead of taking an hour for lunch from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I take a half-hour lunch. So when it comes to Friday, I had 2 hours plus the hour for Friday lunch. So I could make Juma at State Street on Friday.
Every day I pray for my guidance, Lord. You're the one I totally rely on. 'Cause people change like the seasons, but you have never let me down. You're always with me. Keep me on the straight path. Your mercy outweighs your wrath. Keep me with your righteous company. Keep me on the straight